So in this segment, we're going to be discussing Stephen Flynn and the SNP's battle against the Speaker and the House of Parliament. So this is good work from Flynn. One of the major problems they faced was the fact that they wanted a motion to be voted on that mentions collective punishment. Collective punishment has obviously legal connotations because it's illegal. But also would, I think, put the UK in a position where we would be unable to arm Israel because we would be condemning them for collective punishment. How can we arm a country that is involved in what we suspect to be collective punishment? So this is what Flynn has to say.
What happened was we were effectively offered an apology on Thursday and told, you know what, we'll give you a debate and a vote on what's called an SO24 motion the following week. So, you know, here we are. I put forward a motion today that would have sought to build upon the consensus that we had last week to then create a situation where we would be saying to the UK government that what they have to do in the United Nations is to back an immediate ceasefire. And
the UK abstaining on votes on a ceasefire in Gaza as well.
In the meantime, we should stop selling arms to Israel. And the Speaker, not content with breaking the rules last week, now decided to break his word and decided that vote and that debate can't happen.
So you said last week he had lost your confidence and you must feel that in spades. The big question is, what, if anything, can you do about it?
Well, indeed, I feel vindicated in my remarks with some people who suggested that I'd perhaps jumped the gun a little bit early in my condemnation of the actions of the Speaker of the House of Commons.
I hope those people come out now because I'm seeing a lot of people kind of condemn the SNP in the way they reacted and things like that, saying that it was an SNP trap and stuff. Yeah, they're very quiet on Lindsay Hoyle breaking his word. I wonder why. It's because Lindsay Hoyle bailed out their boy Keir. That seems to be the case.
But he's proven today, through the fact that he was not just willing to break the rules, but he's now broken his words, that he's not fit to stay in that role and to provide that democratic overview, an important position for all of us.
Yeah, I agree with that. I think Hoyle has really jeopardised himself, and it very much seemed to be the case that he was told that he would need Labour votes to kind of keep his continue to be Speaker after the general election, and I really hope they get rid of him. Honestly, he's not good at his job. A BBC report claiming, I've got this the wrong way around, a BBC report claiming that the SNP is considering disengagement from Parliament. You know, the SNP in Westminster is considering a campaign of disengagement with day-to-day parliamentary activities, according to party sources. They said some MPs could cause disruption or pull back from some activities. However, I don't know who this person, Georgia Roberts, is sourcing here, because Stephen Flynn was like, no, they aren't. The importance of our role has been exemplified the last few weeks, driving debate over Gaza and changing Labour Party policy. Until we achieve our independence, we will never leave Scotland voiceless in Westminster, which is absolutely correct. You know, abstaining and being absent, I don't think achieves very much. Being there, being a voice there, I think that's where you can try and get things done. So I think the SNP should be as vocal as ever on this, and they should stay on the Speaker about this and say, look, this is what you promised after what you did, and yet you've broken your promise. So what's the point of you then? What's the point of your word? No one can trust you. You've broken your democratic mandate because you decided to back one party, saving the leader of the party a massive headache. Lindsay Hoyle rejected the application from the SNP for an emergency debate over a ceasefire in Gaza, despite promising the debate himself. So it's kind of nuts. You know, he broke precedent, and then he breaks his word. Like, what kind of... You cannot trust the person who does this stuff. Why he rejected the request is beyond me, is absolutely beyond me. It doesn't. What he did makes zero sense unless you look at it from a party political lens, which is not his job. You know, Keir Starmer could face a privileges committee investigation for pressuring the Speaker in last week's Gaza ceasefire vote. I don't know if that's going to go through, genuinely. But again, like, if you say to someone, "Well, you need our votes if you want to win election next time," that is a fact. If you want to stay as Speaker, that is a fact, that is true, but that's also a threat, because those kind of statements in the right hands are threats. Is there anything more I want to discuss on this? Not really, but it's very dumb. This whole situation is very dumb. It's all because Labour didn't want to vote on a motion which mentioned collective punishment, even though Starmer has accused Russia of the crime of aggression against Ukraine, which Russia has, if such a crime exists, Russia are guilty of it, yeah, sure. but then you're making statements about things that courts haven't decided on. So your whole notion of courts have to decide on these things, I'm not going to say Israel broke the law willy-nilly, and then say similar things about Russia breaking international law and they need to set up special tribunals, makes zero sense. It makes you look real stupid. But anyways, I'm going to leave it there. Let me know what you think in the comments below. Like, comment, share, subscribe. Support the channel on Patreon if you can. And hopefully I'll see you in the next one.